Hello, I'm back making my 6th video on opening haunted paranormal dybbuk boxes. By the way, I did not see anything paranormal in my bedroom since I opened the last set of dybbuk boxes on my previous video. And I will be opening 5 more dybbuk boxes here in my bedroom. Five more real paranormal haunted dybbuk boxes. Here we go. Now about this dybbuk box, the first one I will open tonight, here in my bedroom. The previous owner wrote, "Haunted dybbuk box, dark, demonic, angry, evil, question mark." Sprinkled with consecrated cemetery dirt. Haunted estate dybbuk box, dark, demonic, angry, evil. We do not claim to be demonologists, experts in the occult or witchcraft, or have extensive knowledge of the making of dybbuk boxes or how they trap spirits. We simply try to communicate. That's what he wrote. And he or she wrote that we purchased this box from online auction about 11 months ago, being sold by a woman claiming to be a practicing witch and medium. She said she would cleanse and bathe the vessels with consecrated cemetery dirt to be sure the box both inside and out had a seal of protection from a divine source. We did buy it, and the presence of something was evident to us when it arrived. The moment I opened the box, the negative energy surrounded me. The thought of what its presence would be if opened made me leave it outside until everyone else came home. I didn't want to be alone in our home with it. And she wrote, when we brought it in to communicate that evening, not wanting to let it outside overnight, that feeling returned. Evil, darkness, and something filled with anger and hatred. When we turned our equipment on, the REM pod started a high-pitched, piercing beep, and after a few seconds turned itself off. The K2 went orange, and the mel meter rose by 2s to up to 1.8. And as the spirit box was just turned on, we heard, without asking, what it wanted to say to us. A loud, clear, raspy voice came through saying, "We'll control all." Then a few seconds later, no chance. As we checked the night vision screen, a dark gray mist seemed to cover the entire top of the table as if it was smoke, and as it went off to the side, we saw a dark figure standing behind our son. As my husband told him to get up, it was like the speed of light. It darted back behind our daughter. We decided to just remove it from our home and never brought it back in. By the time we did, we all felt sick. Our breathing had become difficult, and the pressure in our heads was more than enough to let us realize the entity, whatever she trapped, held nothing but negativity, darkness, and contempt towards everything around it. And they also wrote, we are unsure if what is attached or trapped is evil, demonic, or just angry, just an angry spirit, but we don't take chances. They've remained quiet where we've kept them. but we have had no interaction with them for a while. These spirits are something we don't allow around us or our other spirit vessels. Unsure of its intent or how it may react in a different environment, but we suggest using caution if deciding to open it. Well, now I'm going to open this dybbuk box, this real paranormal haunted dybbuk box. All right. Here. It's going to be okay. I got another one there. That's what it is. Okay. And it's open. It is open. This contains a sealed bottle of apparently salt, sealed with candle wax, a small bottle sealed with candle wax containing salt. It appears to be salt. Here is a little closer view of the salt containing bottle sealed with wax, with candle wax. Here is a very small wad of hemp twine. And here is a small strip of cloth tied around either real hair or fake hair. And here is a very small kind of sparkly rock. And there's a little bit of dirt in here, in the box. And that's all that's in this dybbuk box. And now for the next dybbuk box. The previous owner wrote, "Haunted dybbuk box, dark entity, evil, unsettling. Haunted estate dybbuk box, evil, measures 3 inches. We do not claim to be demonologists, experts in occult or witchcraft." And she wrote, "We purchased this box from an estate sale near Dallas, Pennsylvania. We had been at the estate sale, and her daughter ended up contacting us a month or so later, having found more boxes in her mom's basement. A woman known to her family and friends only. As a medium psychic, she didn't practice for money or at the request of others, and kept her gifts kept her gifts to a selected few. A simply sealed box with some type of wax seal. They themselves did witness amazing things she had been able to find out from deceased family and friends, messages, warnings, and things only certain people knew about were told to them. They didn't believe in everything, but in their minds they humored her. Holding the box, I could feel energy. Something dark was waiting to be released. After a day in our home, I could feel its negativity as it stayed in our dining room. Our pets trying to stay upstairs as much as possible. As the day went on, everyone started to be affected by its presence. Hearing breaths in our ear, the feeling of something over our shoulders, and a terrible odor started to fill our home. And as we turned our equipment on, everything started to react. Our dogs, still staying upstairs, started to whimper from our daughter's bedroom. They felt something they were afraid of. My husband started to ask if it was good or evil. We heard only words through the spirit box that we allowed to come through. Will bleed. Through the night vision screen, we saw a dark, tall figure standing near our stairway, and our dogs starting to whine louder and bark. The words of will bleed made us question if it meant us or our dogs, who were already in tune with something negative. The atmosphere was unsettling to us, so we shut everything off and removed it to our finished shed where negative energies are kept. We gave it no power or permission to stay among us. We cleansed our home, but that dark feeling stayed among us for days. We are unsure if what is attached or trapped is evil, demonic, or just an angry spirit, but we don't take chances. And now I'm going to open this dybbuk box. And it's open. This dybbuk box contains what looks like a small cutting of hair, either real hair or fake hair, with some twine tied around it. There's also a small piece of fabric that's plain on one side, and a second layer of a layer of red felt paper or something glued to the other side. Looks like it does look like paper rather than cloth. Paper on one side and cloth on the other. And there are two very small rocks in here, or two very small rocks, probably quartz, and that's all that's in this box. Oh, yes. Now for the next dybbuk box. The owner of this one, the owner also wrote on a dybbuk box, measures 8 inches, sealed in wax with something sealed under the wax top. And she wrote, we purchased this box online auction. We do not know where the seller acquired it, claiming to hold a demonic negative entity. They received bruising, scratches, heard voices like a chant in their apartment, and had nightmares. Upon receiving the box, being a sensitive, I could feel negativity. It was heavy, and the atmosphere in our home seemed oppressive. And she wrote, we did wait a day, decided to communicate that evening, and as we turned our equipment on, everything started spiking. K2 leveling at orange, bouncing to red, Mel meter rose to 1.5, and the REM pods circled every color. As we turned the spirit box on, we heard what sounded like a deep laugh, human yet animal at the same time. We tried opening up communications, and as we started to ask questions, I started to feel sick to my stomach. Our daughter, also a sensitive, felt sick and started to get a piercing headache. We asked if the spirit was affecting us that way, so please stop and speak with us. Through the spirit box, a voice came through saying, won't ever. We told the spirit it wasn't allowed to remain among us or attached to anyone. We gave it no power. We made it clear to whomever is attached or inside that it could not remain among us, was not welcome. We removed it from our home, putting it in our finished shed, and didn't bring this back until I did 4 pictures. Listening to the EVPs, later we heard a few responses not heard in person. We'll win and Dark Lord. The level of negativity I felt was very uncomfortable, and not knowing its true intent, we decided it wouldn't come back among us or our pets. We suggest caution and having some level of protection for yourself among you. Even just having this in my thoughts to share our experiences and list it, my anxiety level is up. Got a headache, and our pets ran and hid. Some entities do react differently in different environments. There's a chance maybe someone can connect with this entity and receive answers. We chose not to try again. Now I'm going to open this dybbuk box. And this dybbuk box is now open. This dybbuk box contains a chicken bone, a small strip of white fabric, a small piece of quartz rock, small quartz rock, a very small button from a shirt, And it has a very small stub candle that's burned all the way down to the bottom of it and stuck inside from the wax that melted. Very small. And there's some weaves. Not sure what plant it's from. Looks like they might be rosebush leaves. And that's all that's in it. And a piece of this wax fell in that when I opened it. And now for the next dybbuk box. And these are all supposed to be real paranormal haunted dybbuk boxes. I'm sorry, I read the wrong one. I just read the description for this dybbuk box. And this is the description for the previous one. Item description. Previous owner wrote, "We purchased this box online auction. We do not know where the seller acquired it. Claiming to hold a demonic negative entity, they received bruising, scratches, heard voices, and a chant in their apartment and had nightmares." Well, I already read that for the other one. That was the right one. I'm sorry. Now, here's the right one for this one. Dybbuk boxes. Multiple boxes. Jewish, active, some dangerous, some friendly. Previous owner wrote, "Dybbuk boxes, lot of very old wax sealed, extremely active boxes and artifacts, spiritual, mystical, paranormal, attached items. All artifacts are from my personal collection. I'm downsizing due to my wife and I having our first child not too long ago. Please note, all items have had demonic possession and tendencies. Some are dangerous. It is recommended that you do not open these or tempt them. This is based on my personal experiences as well as previous collectors' experiences with these. Buyer beware. Each item has been found at ritual sites or homes with known activity. The items are sealed and unopened. Some of the boxes feel to have items inside and are either wax sealed or sealed with other materials like wire, rope, etc. Each item is old and came from properties with religious, paranormal, or satanic history. A couple came from homes that had dark, traumatic experiences. Some are Jewish and have been marked with what looks like Jewish demon names and other Hebrew markings. All authentic. I do not deal with fakes." Now I'm going to open this dybbuk box. And now this dybbuk box is open. And it contains a doll. I don't know if I can get this open and show it without damaging the wrapping on it. I'll try. I'm not a doll expert. I don't know what kind of doll it is. Maybe I can do this. I can open it like this. There we go. Okay. The doll is wrapped in this here. I'll have to cut the string to show the doll. Let's see what kind of doll it is. Show the doll. Let's see here. Yeah, here we go. Plastic. There we go. That's interesting. A small doll of a man wearing a turban. Like I said, I don't know what kind of doll it is, but that's what it looks like. And it's got a sparkly garment. And other than that, there's another piece of fabric in there. Looks like a little bit slightly different fabric than what the doll is wrapped in. There's a little bit of dirt in there too, not much. Doll wrapped and protected by the fabric from any damage. There we go. Yeah. Now that this is off, I'm just going to put this fell off and putting all the string with the wax on it in the box so it does not get lost. Now the next dybbuk box. This one is from the same owner, and the description applies to both of them, so there's no different description. This is just the second box in the bundle. It's the only two I've got from this seller, from this previous owner. So, let's see here. Gotta open it. it's open. This dybbuk box contains a piece of fabric and a small wrapped item here. Possibly a doll. See here. It is a very small animal character doll. Feels like it's made of ceramic. It's got a pig face. And there's not much other features to it. It's got a pig face and not much other features to it. Just a small, very small ceramic doll wrapped in a rag, wrapped in a separate piece of fabric. So I'll wrap it back up. There's also a small photograph. Can't really tell what it is. Looks like an infant child on a blanket. And it's got some paint on the back. And that's it. That's this dybbuk box. Put this back in here. And the string goes in there too. That way everything of it is saved in it. Now for this dybbuk box. Let's see here, which is the... Is there a latch? No, I don't think so. There's just a lid sitting on it. A box with a lid. Now this dybbuk box. The previous owner of this dybbuk box wrote, "Warning, highly active dybbuk box, demonic, haunted, portal, caution. This dybbuk is extremely active and the energy it emits is intense to say the least. It actually contains a portal. I know this because it's one of my personal boxes that I made. As well as ritual items, the inside contains very active portal glass that I personally removed from a client's house who had gotten a hold of me to clear the family's house of the portal inside and all the demons it let loose. And it was a lot. That portal had a couple very dangerous entities come through that have the ability to, and actually did it to people, have the ability and actually did it to people in that house to cause physical and mental harm and even possession. That being said, it is very possible that similar entities will try to communicate with you through this box, so caution should definitely be used. Obviously, this box should never ever be opened under any circumstances, because if you do, I 100% guarantee you will not enjoy what comes next. During communication sessions with it, I've had several different voices come through. I've even had several growls come through, as well as a distorted laugh. As with any demonic portal item, they should only be kept by someone with experience. All that being said, nobody can predict the paranormal. I can't tell you what it will or will not do for you. I can only tell you what it did for me. So if you purchase it, don't freak out and message me or give me a bad review if it doesn't make stuff fly off your shelves the first night, laughing out loud. Doing that will get you blocked immediately. Okay, now I'm going to open this dybbuk box. Has to be where it is. Right here, like this. Or is it this right here? Get the wax off and I'll be able to see where the lid is, where the lid starts. Yes, indeed. This goes here. I think that is the... That's not the lid there. That's the box itself. Let's see here. I guess that's the box itself. This has to be the lid. Yes, it is. And it's open. Smells like it has some air freshener fragrance in it. It's got some mirror glass on the inside of the lid, and it's got mirror glass on all sides, including the bottom. And there is some type of there's a very small quartz crystal rock in there. And there is there is for the sake of completeness, there's also some various bits of seeds in there, seeds and little bitty specks of flower components, bits of seeds or seeds, and it's got got 1 penny in it. It's got 1 penny in it. It's not an old penny, but it's a penny. And one other look at that little tiny quartz rock. It's one single quartz crystal. Let me see. This side. I guess yes. I've got to put the string back inside too, because it's just going to come off. So I'm putting the string inside too, so the string keeps, so the string doesn't get lost. It's part of the item, so it's going to go inside. I'll leave them open like I did the other ones for a week and see if I see anything paranormal. I'm going to leave them open for a week just like the other boxes and see if I see anything paranormal over this coming week. And that concludes this Dybbuk box opening video. This is number 6 in my series. I will be making probably 2 or 3 more of these videos.